Yo, welcome back to more Tsukihime Akiha route. I'm ready to finally get this route started, man. I'm I I'm not gonna forget Yumizuka, man. I swear, this whole route, I'm not gonna forget her. I will live with this pain. Damn it, not again. It got a little too real last time. Just seeing her say it again, just like I know you'll save me the next time. Ooh, like I don't even know her character beyond that scene, but that's just enough for me to be like, fuck, man. Uh, it's like it's not just me. Like Shiki's never like, oh yeah, Yumizuka. That's someone that existed and went missing, and I guess she's gone now. Like that never happens. Uh, anyway, dinner takes place with Akiya and I being face to face. I guess it's natural here, as Hisui and Kohaku-san do not eat with us, standing behind us to tend to our needs. I'm gonna pull up this because I'm not out of the woods yet as far as choices, so I'm gonna pull up that webpage. I thought it would be natural if all four of us ate together, so you could say I am caught off guard by this inexplicably tense dinner. I should mention at this point that I've totally forgotten anything related to table manners by now. Well, I do remember little pieces, so it's not like I'm a complete amateur, but humans tend to pack away unused memories into the corners of the mind. The tension was actually quite thrilling, with every one of my movements causing Akiya to raise an eyebrow. That does sound kind of amusing. When I think about how I'll have to go through this every day, though, it's really depressing. Well, finishing dinner, I returned to my room. It's still only just past 8 at night. It's too early to sleep, so what should I do? Here we go. Next choice. So I suppose I should. Well, this one's pretty obvious. Go talk with Akiha. Give me that point. When I get to the sitting room, Akiha is relaxing there alone. There's no sign of Kohaku-san or Hisui. There are 2 teacups on the table, and Akiha is using one of them. Oh, you drink tea after meals too, Nissan? No, nothing like that. My mic is too low. I am so prepared. Ugh. I just thought I'd come and talk to you. My expression tells her I'll go away if I'm bothering you. Then please sit down. Is tea alright for you? Sure, I'll have anything that's nice. Tea's great. I actually prefer Japanese tea, but I'll keep that bit of selfishness to myself. That's probably for the best. Look at you. Akiya takes the teapot and pours transparent red tea into another teacup. Thank you. I sit on the sofa and raise the teacup to my mouth. Before my eyes is the cool and collected Akiya, and it makes me a bit uneasy. I came to talk to her, but to be honest, I really don't know what to say now that she's in front of me. I didn't mention it, but the sprite that was just before this one, I don't think I've seen before of Akiha, so I look forward to more new sprites. Nissan, you're very quiet. Didn't you come to talk to me? Akiha stares. Stare. The atmosphere is not so much that of a younger sister, but more like that of an unfamiliar young lady. It's not one in which I can speak freely. Well, I was just wondering what you have been doing for the past 8 years. It goes without saying. With Nissan not around, Father's attention turns solely to me. Akiya glares in complaint. It seems that the last 8 years are a taboo subject. The eyebrow raise. Just that side eye. And what about you? What have you been doing for 8 years? I sent many letters, but didn't receive a single reply. Oof. Ack. I choke involuntarily. Certainly, Akiya sent many letters, but I never replied. I was a poor correspondent, but at the bottom of my heart, I wanted to sever all links with the Tono Mansion, and that made me reluctant to write to Akiya. So she tried to talk to Shiki still, but I guess he couldn't. Well, don't worry about the letters. Even if you had answered, I'm sure Father would never have allowed the replies into the house. More importantly, how do you feel returning to the mansion for the first time in 8 years? It has changed very little, though there was some restoration work done. In spite of Akiya's words, the mansion still feels completely unknown to me. 8 years ago, I was just a child. Even if I remember the mansion a little, I feel like I'm in someone else's house and it's very unsettling. Nissan? No, I was just lost in thought for a moment. You say this mansion's changed very little, but it's pretty unsettling for me. Though this sitting room and the lobby are kind of familiar, I can't really remember the corridor nor my room. Uh-huh. Really, I guess 8 years is a long time. I guess it is. I guess that's it. It's like half my life so far. I can't really expect to have clear memories. Well, it's been 8 years, so it doesn't feel right, but I think I'll get used to it. I'll be thankful if you overlook my poor manners for a while. Please don't be ridiculous. I could hardly look any more leniently upon Nissan's manners than I do already. But, ugh, that was close. I almost sprayed the tea I was drinking. I almost spit take. At supper, Akiha's look sent me into a cold sweat after all I did was use the wrong knife. I see. You were being lenient back then. I have this yawn that will just not resolve. That's the worst. Yes, I am making concessions appropriate to your abilities. Nissan has been brought up by the Arimas after all. As Aunt Keiko comes from a branch family, a certain amount of laissez-faire was permitted and you were spoiled, Nissan. The result is the supper we had a while ago. Well, it can't be helped, can it? We never really thought I'd be returning here. Is that so? Almost sound like you didn't want to return, Nissan. Don't be stupid, it's not like that. I may have had my doubts, but I couldn't just leave you alone here, could I? What kind of brother would I be then? Yes, that's the reason I returned. If it weren't for Akiha, I would never have returned. Since I heard nothing for almost 8 years, I always wondered whether you were alright on your own. Oh, I came back to the mansion because I was worried about you, there you go. Looking a little off to the side, I put my honest feelings into words. Well, then But I guess I was just worrying over nothing. In the past 8 years, you seem to have grown strong. I kind of like that sprite. I think I mainly just like the blush. I'm relieved, but a little disappointed. No, a bit is saying too little. Since I only had the image of the calm Akiha back then when she was small, the sharp Akiha right now seems like a different person. Really? I'm sorry I didn't meet Nissan's expectations. Akiha's eyes are scary. Crap, I think I may have said too much again. Well then, Nissan. How was life at the Arima residence? Akiha asks, still with the frightening expression. I feel like I'm under terrible pressure, even though I'm only talking to my younger sister. Nissan, did you hear what I said? I heard. Life at the Arimas, right? It was normal, there were no real problems. Seems it was more suited for me living there, too. That's not what I meant. How was your health? I've heard you collapsed a lot from your chronic anemia. Yeah, I did for about a year after I left the hospital, but I'm okay now. I only have problems occasionally about once a month. I'm certainly not frail enough to be worried about. Bluffing, I strike my chest with its scar. Akiha nods in serious assent. But Nissan, you've also started wearing glasses. After going to the hospital, did your eyesight fail also? I see. Akiha doesn't know I wear glasses or why I wear them. That's a good point. She would wonder that, so I guess now making this choice, she has the opportunity to vocalize that. I can't just explain the lines along which things break or that they don't appear when I wear these glasses. Well, it's nothing. My eyes became a little strange after the accident. But it's not like my eyesight's gone bad, so it's not really a serious problem. Really? I was surprised when I saw you a while ago. I didn't know you had started wearing glasses, Nissan. Really? You seemed pretty calm back then. Of course. I was meeting you for the first time in 8 years. I couldn't let you see me acting strange. Akiha's brow creases sullenly. Akiha-sama, the bath is ready. What should I do? Really? Thank you, Kohaku. I'll go soon, so go ahead. Is that alright? After all, you're relaxing with Shiki-sama. Shiki-sama might run away, but the bath won't. Please relax a little longer. It's fine. We weren't talking about anything important anyways. Akiha stands and walks past Kwaku-san into the lobby. Kwaku-san follows Akiha. Left alone in the sitting room, I finished the tea. Akiha and Kwaku-san seem to be heading to the bath, so I guess I'll go back to my room. Hang on. Akiha and Kwaku-san aren't going to take a bath together, are they? No, I bet they are. Maybe Kwaku-san would be washing her back? Of course, with another girl, that's no problem, but... Oh, you are free to imagine whatever you wish, Nissan, but what can you tell? Akiha returns with amazing timing. That squint was amazing. Don't force Hisui to do stupid things. Unlike Kohaku, she doesn't really get jokes. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I don't think Shiki would order Hisui to do something like weird, but yeah, it's a good point. Akiha's looks accusingly as if she sees my thoughts. I'm surprised. Maybe this mansion has some listening devices. Wait, what are you doing back here? Weren't you taking a bath with Kwaku-san? I forgot to tell you something about the bath. Nissan, the large bathroom we used a long time ago isn't used anymore. It would be too much for Hisui and Kohaku to take care of, so it has been closed up. Really? Large bathroom. Was there such a place? I splutter a bit. Unable to remember, I make a doubtful face. Akiha's brows knit terribly. The bath in the courtyard. You don't even remember that? Well, now that she mentions it, I guess there was such a thing. But this is a European-style mansion. Isn't such a thing a little out of place? Father half liked the Japanese style of architecture. That is why the detached building is Japanese style as well. Anyway, if you want to have a bath, please use your own. The second bathroom behind the lobby is yours, Nissan. With that, Akiha leaves. Alright. Akiha gone, there's no point in staying in the sitting room. I'll have a bath too and return to my room. Ooh, I think it's almost time. Oh, here we go. When I return to my room, my bed has been made. I guess Hisui did it when I was gone. I'm glad she did, but it's really more than I deserve. I scratch my cheek. Then... Are you there, Shiki-sama? I can hear Hisui's voice along with the knock at the door. Yeah, I'm here. Come in. Excuse me. Good evening. Oh, good evening. Thanks for making my bed, Hisui. Hisui quietly nods in acceptance. Just as I thought, I'm not used to this. Is there anything else you want to tell me? No, nothing from me, but Akiha-sama has instructed me to answer any questions that you may have. I see. There are many things I want to ask, but I'll probably get to know them as I continue to live here. Yeah. What I want to know right now before I sleep is it true that the curfew here is 7? Yes. The main gate is locked at 7 and all the entrances to the mansion are to be locked at 8. It is also a rule that one must try not to go walking around in the mansion after 10. Not even walking around in the mansion. Well, I've got no complaint with that, but isn't that kind of harsh? Akiha and I aren't children, so I don't think you have to go that far. Indeed. It is a rule, however, so please abide by it. But why? You are aware of the recent disturbances at night, are you not, Shiki-sama? Yeah, that vampire thing Arihiko was talking about. Well, as long as something like that is happening, I guess it's better to be safe than sorry. What else? Oh, do you mind if I ask an off-topic question? Yes, what is it? I'd like to know what kind of work you and Kohaku-san do around here. I am here to serve your needs, and my sister Kohaku is to serve the lady Akiha-sama. In our spare time, we do the maintenance chores around the mansion. Is there anything more you would like to know? To serve, so that's what it is after all. My shoulders suddenly feel heavier. It seemed completely natural to Akiha when she said it, but I'm nothing more than a normal high school student. I have no interest in having a girl close to my age serving me, at least for now. That line is still funny. By serving me, you mean you're a personal servant? Yes. Please do not hesitate to give me any instructions. Well, I get it. Going by how Akiha was talking about you, it doesn't seem like I can dismiss you, so I'll just obediently let you serve me. Is there anything in particular you would like? Nothing in particular, but could you stop calling me Shiki-sama? To be honest, I get chills down my back when I hear it. But Shiki-sama, you are my master. That's what I'm saying, I hate. I've been living a normal life up until yesterday. I have no desire to start living a life where a girl my age addresses me with Sama. I see. Hisui's response was less than enthusiastic. Just call me Shiki, and in exchange, I'll call you Hisui. Let's do away with the formalities and be more casual with each other. Still expressionless, Hisui lowers her eyebrows as if she's being troubled. But you are my employer. It's not like I'm hiring you. You're the one doing the things I can't, so you're the great one. I see, Hisui gives another unenthusiastic reply. It looks like I won't be able to talk her into it in just one day. Anyhow, that's how it is. Don't be so formal towards me. I'll be grateful if you tell that to your sister Kwaku-san too. Very well, as you say, Shiki-sama. Expressionless Hisui bows her head. She completely failed to understand. I will be leaving now. Please rest now for tonight. Bowing, Hisui puts her hand on the doorknob. Oh, I forgot to ask something. Hold on for a second. Running towards the door, I put my hand on Hisui's shoulder before she leaves. In an instant, Hisui's arm pushes away my arm with incredible momentum. Yo, that's the thing, bro. Like, so that right there, as well as during the very disturbing scene with Koaku, where like she digs her fingers like seemingly through Shiki's shirt and like causes them to bleed profusely. Like in that instance, I was like, okay, is she just super strong, or was that just the adrenaline? Like it could have been just that after, you know, Shiki doing that to her. But for Hisui to be like, whew, like fucking after image, push away the arm. With the whack, she slaps my hand away and leaps back. Eh? It's so sudden, that's the only thing I can say. Hisui is expressionless, but she glares at me fiercely. Also, yeah, you don't touch people. You don't touch people without them wanting to. Did I just do something wrong? I'm very sorry. Hisui's voice sounds very nervous. I'm not used to being touched. Please forgive me. Hisui's shoulders are faintly trembling. I feel like I just did something really terrible. Yeah, Hisui seems very traumatized, man. Like she's like shaking from that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize without thinking. I don't understand why myself. I just feel sorry for Hisui and I lower my head. Hisui says nothing. I get the feeling her stare is calm again. You have nothing to apologize for, Shiki-sama. I am the one to blame. No, well, maybe, but I scratch my head. Hisui stares at me, pausing only to blink for a second. What was it you wanted to ask me, Shiki-sama? That's right. I stopped Hisui because I wanted to ask her something. Oh, I wanted to ask about Akiha. Doesn't she go to a boarding school? That was only during middle school, Shiki-sama. From this year onwards, Akiha-sama has special permission to attend school from home. Eh? You mean she goes to school from here? Yes, but it is uncommon for her to come home before dusk like today. Akiha-sama has practice up until dinner, so she is always home before 7. Practice? Practice what? Based on what? Today is Thursday, so she would have had violin practice. Eh? Usually she is able to return before dinner on weekdays, so if you have anything to say to Akiha-sama, please let Ne-san know after dinner. I see. Violin practice. Yes. Hisui bows to say goodbye and leaves the room. Violin practice? What on earth is that? She's not some upper-class lady or anything, so why should she have to do something as bothersome as... Oh wait, she is an upper-class lady. Yes, come to think of it, my sister Tono Akiha is a natural-born upper-class lady. In my memories, she was always the obedient, ever uneasy sister constantly following me around. As a child, she was always quiet, never having even the courage to express her own desires. She was a frail girl who would always live in fear of a scolding from our father. Yeah, people really do change after 8 years. After 8 years, I've become the me I am now. Akiha has become the person she is right now, too. 8 years is a long time. It's half of our lives up until now. I was absent from this mansion during that vital period where a child becomes an adult. I'm sorry, Akiha. I think things would have been better if I had been with her during those 8 years. I unknowingly mumble an apology. No, I would not like to skip. Left by myself, I lie on my bed. This house from 8 years ago, my blood relative from 8 years ago, it feels a little like they belong to someone else. Oh my gosh. I wonder what's going to happen to me now. Grumbling to no one in particular, I fall asleep. Wait for it. Awoo! I hear the wave-like sound of something's voice. Ooh. Something is howling. It's too sharp and high-pitched to be a stray dog. Awoo! It echoes in my eardrums. I'm sorry I'm making these cursed sounds. Is it howling at the moon? Awoo. This doesn't feel right. The beastly howling is beginning to give me a headache. Awoo. It doesn't stop. Awoo. 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 Just shut up already. I wake up. I can hear the sound of a dog barking outside the window. The clock indicates it is just past 11. This is more than just a neighborhood nuisance. Damn, I can't sleep like this. The dog's howling comes from somewhere near the mansion's fence. Doesn't seem like I can go back to sleep at this rate. I think we all know what must be done. The howling continues. We're in no man's land, boys. There's no way I can sleep like this. I can't sleep, but that's just normal. I'm sleepy, so I'll pass. Pulling the sheets over me, I stretch out on the bed. I can just think of the howling as the sound of something mundane as cars driving by on the street. Today's been a very long day. I'm mentally tired from eating dinner in this unfamiliar mansion and my conversations with Akiha and everyone else. After all that, the howling is just background noise. I close my eyes and gently fall asleep. Oh. Ngh. I think I just heard something. Half awake, I look at the clock. It's just past 2. It's been about 2 hours since I heard the dogs howling. The dogs howling has already stopped. The mansion is so quiet I can hear the clock ticking in the silence. I hear it again. Inside the mansion from the lobby? Oh, inside the mansion. Could it be a burglar? It's not impossible. The mansion's contents are outrageously valuable. On top of that, with no one here now except Kwaku-san, Hisui, Akiha, and myself, it's very insecure. With no one here except everyone here. Getting out of bed, I slip out of the room quietly. I guess no one capable of taking down a burglar. Except Shiki. And possibly Akiha. I don't know what training she's gone through. If it's a burglar, Akiha and everyone will be in danger, so I can't let this one go. I'll just look down from the 2nd floor into the lobby. That should be safe enough. This is crazy. Because yeah, the whole warning about, like, don't go around the mansion after 10. What's going on? There's nothing wrong there. No, someone's there. The figure that enters from the entrance and crosses the lobby with wobbling, uncertain steps is... Whoa, Akiha. Yeah, Akiha? She's not going to her own room on the 2nd floor, but to the 1st floor of the west wing. The only things there are Kwaku-san's room and my old man's room. What's she doing at this time of night? I can murmur all I want, but I won't be getting any answers. After gazing at the lobby for a while, I decide to return to my room. Oh. Okay. Well, she probably had something to do or went to see Kwaku-san. She looked kind of out of it, the way her face looked. I feel bad about sneaking around and watching her, and I don't want to just ask her about everything she does. Sleep, sleep. There's school tomorrow. I bury myself in bed and close my eyes. Like how Shiki's like, nope, I didn't. It's her business. Nope. I mean, I guess, in Shiki's eyes, he just saw Akiha walking around at night. He's like, well, I guess it's not my business. As I fall asleep, my thoughts keep returning over and over to Akiha's hollow-eyed figure in the lobby. Now something seemed wrong. Okay, thank you. Because, yeah, exactly. She looked weird. Her eyes, yeah. They were kind of like glossed over. Inversion Impulse 2. Yep. So yeah, I don't know if her going around has something to do with that. I have no idea. Back then, the whole mansion was like a giant playground. The garden, a deep forest. The house, a tall castle. We played in our own little world, which would take days to explore. Every day was fun. No one thought about ever growing up, and we believed that days and nights would always be the same. It was just a childhood spent playing like puppies. We got along wonderfully and were the best of playmates. Whenever I turned back, Akiha would be there, waving her hands and hiding shyly. Yes, always the same. Back then, the whole mansion was like a giant playground. The garden, a deep forest. The house, a tall castle. We played in our own little world, which would take days to explore. Good morning. I hear an unfamiliar voice. Wait, what? Unfamiliar? The dream disappears, and all that remains is the feeling of my languid waking body. It is morning. Time to wake up, Shiki-sama. An unfamiliar voice greets me. Wait, it's not Hisui? Stop calling me Shiki-sama already. I told you yesterday it sends chills down my back. Right, so yeah, it would be Hisui. Unfamiliar. I wake up. Hisui stands far from the bed like a statue. Where am I? Good morning, Shiki-sama. A girl in a maid uniform bows. Yeah, I came home, right. I push myself up and look around the room. Oh, okay, so he hadn't registered, like, staying there for the first night. He was like, oh yeah, I've woken up in this house I haven't been to in 8 years. That's fair. Good morning, Hisui. Thanks for coming to wake me. Which, by the way, I know, like, a lot of these scenes, especially in the beginning, I've seen already. And I think this one, in particular, I've seen as well. It probably changes soon here. That's why it doesn't give me a skip option. But I feel like I've made the exact same commentary on multiple scenes in all 3 routes. And to me, like, I don't realize it, but in my head, I'm like, did I say that before? Good morning, Hisui. Thanks for coming to wake me. There's no need to thank me. It is my duty to come and wake you, Shiki-sama. Hisui answers indifferently, completely expressionless. Really? Okay then. Even in an unfavorable light, I think Hisui's features are beautiful. It should be wonderful for such a girl to wake me every morning, but as Hisui never smiles, I don't feel that happy about it. What a shame. If Hisui only had half of Koaku's brightness, she would be really cute. Do you need something? Realizing I am looking at her, Hisui stares straight back at me. Oh, no, nothing at all. Waking up with you there makes me feel like I'm really at the Tono mansion. Now then. Getting off the bed, I stretch out both arms. Shiki-sama, there is no time. From the mansion to your school is a 30-minute trip. This leaves only 20 minutes for breakfast. Eh? It's already 7 o'clock? I gasp in amazement after looking at the clock. My repeated awakenings last night must have messed up my sleep pattern. Your uniform is folded and awaits you over there. Please come to the sitting room after you have changed. Damn it, if you're going to wake me up earlier. Muttering selfishly to myself, I reach for the uniform. It's folded neatly, and the shirt has even been ironed. Passing my wrist through the sleeves feels good. It's that fresh, brand new feeling. Excuse me. Akiha and Koaku-san are relaxing in the sitting room. Akiha is wearing the uniform of the Asagami Ladies Academy, a famous school for young girls. Shout out to Fujino. They are drinking tea together gracefully as if breakfast ended a long time ago. I shall greet Akiha. Hey, good morning, Akiha. Good morning, Nissan. Good morning, Shiki-san. Breakfast is ready in the dining hall. Please eat up. In contrast to Akiha, Koaku-san greets me with a cheerful smile. I feel like if I could, I'd do a much higher pitched voice for Koaku. Like I'm really just trying to like nail her positivity. Thank you very much. It looks like you're having your after meal tea. Have you already finished breakfast, Akiha? Of course. I don't care when you get up, Nissan, but please at least make some time for breakfast. Having breakfast after 7 is a sign of sloppiness. I feel attacked. Who eats breakfast? I think having breakfast at 7 is pretty normal. What time do you get up, Akiha? I get up at 5 in the morning. What about it? That's pretty good. I feel like when I was at my healthiest, I was getting up at 5:30 and, you know, exercising and, you know, when I kind of had it together. Wow. I don't know why she gets up so early, but it was so perfect the time to get up that I have no room to retort. Besides, your school is 30 minutes from here on foot, isn't it? Please don't be late to a school that's so close by. It'd be an embarrassment. Akiha's words are filled with thorns that stab at me. But as it's the truth, there's no opening for a counter-argument. Akiha-sama? It's almost time to leave. Is this alright? Ooh, the hair flip. I know. Sheesh, don't be so worried over stuff like this on the first day. Muttering some complaints, Akiha stands up. Well, I must say goodbye. Nissan, you should apply yourself to your studies today. Akiha leaves the sitting room. Koaku-san follows, seeing her off. Apply myself to my studies. She's quite ceremonious about trivial things in an old-fashioned kind of way. I guess it's because she's been disciplined under our old man for the last 8 years. Well, I'd have gone to school even if she hadn't said anything. I scratched my cheek. There was something about Akiha's face as she left. Because of it, I paid no attention at all to her various admonishings this morning. Of course, I clapped my hands together. For some reason, Akiha's face just then seemed to resemble her face from long ago. After eating the breakfast Koaku-san prepared, I exit into the lobby. Isui was waiting there with my bag. Shiki-sama, have you enough time? Yeah, it should only be 20 minutes to school if I run. It's only 7:30, so I should be fine even if I take the long way. Seeming satisfied with this answer, Hisui bows her head in assent. Then allow me to see you out. Eh? Yeah, thank you. I still feel terribly awkward having my own servant. It's funny cause fate. Oh, Shiki-san. Please wait just a moment. With pattering footsteps, Koaku-san runs down from the second floor. That sounds adorable. Hisui steps back and falls silent as Koaku-san approaches. Huh? Weren't you with Akiha? Oh, I see. Weren't you with Akiha? Lady Akiha goes to school by car. Since I had something to give to you this morning, I stayed behind. Something to give me? Ah, yes, the knife. Yes. This came from the Arima family yesterday. Koaku-san smiles. Eh? But I have all my luggage already. The things I used while I was at the Arima's house all belong to them, so all I've got are my own clothes. Really? But this was sent here nonetheless. Koaku-san hands me a thin wooden box, perhaps 20 centimeters long. It's not heavy at all. Koaku-san, I've never seen this before. Well, apparently it was left to you by your departed father. It was to be given to you in the will. By my old man. I can't feel anything about that. What's the old man who expelled me from this mansion 8 years ago doing, leaving me things? Oh well. Koaku-san, please take it to my room for me. Koaku-san is staring intently at the wooden box. He seems almost like a child who wants a toy. Stare. No, she is a child. I get it. You want to know what's inside, right? Oh, not at all. I merely wondered for a moment. Like I said, you do wonder what's inside. Alright, let's open it. 1, 2, 3. With a dry sound, the wooden box opens. Inside, there is a 10-centimeter bar of thin iron. It's an iron bar. Undecorated and worn, it has finger marks all over it. The old man must have really hated me to leave me a piece of junk like this. No, Shiki-san. It's a fruit knife. Kwaku-san takes the iron bar out of the box. See, isn't it one of those folding knives? 1, 2, 3. With the sound of sliding metal, a 10-centimeter blade pops out from the bar. I see, it certainly is a knife. It's old, but it seems pretty solid. The year and the era it was made in is written on the back. Kwaku-san replaces the blade and hands over the knife. Oh, she said that. Certainly there's a number written on the grip. The character is 7 and under it the character Night. 7 Night. July Night. I don't know. Ne-san, there is no era by that name. It just says Nanatsu Yoru. Ah, I turn around in surprise. Nanatsu Yoru. It's good to see this again. I think I skipped this when I played through the Arcuite route, unfortunately. Hisui, who had been silent until now, was looking at the knife over my shoulders. You surprised me, Hisui. You should say something. You don't have to look over my shoulder like that, you know? If you want to see it, I'll show it to you. Hisui's cheeks become faintly red. But please excuse me. That knife was so beautiful that I could not help myself. Both Hisui and Koaku seem to, like, appreciate the knife. Beautiful. You really think it's beautiful? It looks kind of beat up to me. Not at all. The tempering of the blade is masterful. I think it is a knife with its own proper history. Indeed. I would like to know your history too. Really? It looks to me like a piece of junk. But since Hisui seems so convinced, I begin to feel the same thing. In its own way, I guess it's not such a bad inheritance. Or 7 Nights, right. 7 Nights? Maybe that's the name of this fruit knife? Maybe, though I can't imagine him naming a knife like that. 7 Nights. Whatever the case may be, it's obvious that it's an antique. Gotta remember that's the name of it. Although, you know. Well, in any case, I believe in taking what's given to me. I replaced the blade and put the knife in my trouser pocket. Just take a knife to school, why not? Shiki-sama, have you enough time? I have to get going. Well, Koaku-san, thanks for delivery. Or the delivery. Thank you for delivery. Koaku smiles and waves me off. I went Mario for a second. I come out to the gates. Hisui follows in silence. Hisui, you're seeing me off? Hisui nods wordlessly. Shiki-sama, what time shall we expect your return? It seems Hisui will continue to use Sama to the bitter end. Well, if I take time to argue it now, I'll be late for school. I'll complain about the honorific later. Shiki-sama? Yeah. Probably around 4 o'clock, I think. I don't do any club activities. When I don't hang out with Arihiko, I usually get back pretty early in the evening. Hisui bows deeply at my random estimate. I understand. Please take care on the way. I'm not sure what to take care about, but she's probably just worried about my health. Yeah, thanks. You too, Hisui. I return the goodwill with good intentions. With an energetic wave of the hand at Hisui, I leave the gates of the mansion behind. I go down the hill. Since I've attended school from the Arima's house up until now, this is my first time taking this route. Yes, this is my first time taking this route too. Not many from our school. Apparently, there are not many people from my school who live around here. 7:30 in the morning. I can't see anyone running along the streets in a school uniform except me. Slowly, I begin to see some people in school uniforms intermingled with the crowd. This is around where the road to school begins. Where's Yumizuka-san? Thank you! Well, I'm not going to be that lucky. I recall the smiling face of the classmate who departed here yesterday saying, "My house is this way." As I think of Yumizuka Satsuki in the classroom, my pace quickens a little and I hurry towards the classroom. Interesting. I leave the residential area and reach the crossroads. The gates will be closed in about 10 minutes. I start to run across the asphalt. I made it. It seems like it took 20 minutes rather than 30 from the mansion. I'll need to leave around 7 if I want to go slowly since I ran several times on the way. When I get to the classroom, I notice the air is buzzing. Although the classroom in the morning is always noisy, there's something different about the noise today. I walk to my desk by the window. Arihiko is waiting there sullenly. Oh gosh. Arihiko, did something happen?
Dunno. It's nothing big. There's a rumor that someone in class ran away from home.
Ah, that's what all the fuss is about then. I sit down at my desk with a sigh. What do you mean nothing big? Who ran away? Who?
How should I know? We'll know when homeroom starts. Whoever's seat is vacant, they must be the one who ran away from home.
How would people know before they showed up or not? Ah, that's true. It's true, but Arihiko's attitude seems a little dry. If one of our classmates really has run away from home, I think it's a bit much to just ignore it as someone else's problem. Arihiko? Aren't you being insensitive? One of our classmates ran away from home. Aren't you worried?
Eh? You're the only one who's seriously worried, dumbass. Everyone's talking about it because it's an interesting thing to talk about. It's not as if you or I had run away from home, so there's no need to worry, is there?
What the fuck? Arihiko does not understand empathy. Now I remember. This guy's cold like that to everyone except his friends. I see.
Though I guess I am a bit worried. Running away from home at a time like this, they'd have to be really brave or really...
Time like this? What kind of time is that?
Told you yesterday, Tono. There's a serial killer going around on the streets right now. I don't know who ran away from home, but they'd have no excuse if they got attacked by him while living on the streets.
I swear, if we see Yumizuka as one of the dead, I'm gonna... Nope. Nope. Can't be. There's no way that it happened.
Tono, you should watch TV more. There's been 8 victims already, and he doesn't discriminate. You'd better think again if you think you're safe. The town's empty at night nowadays. The only people who go out are drunkards and policemen, which is why it's so boring.
Arihiko's voice is very serious. Hearing it, I begin to feel uneasy.
Oh, Kurifuji's here. It's homeroom at last.
Arihiko returns to his seat. After a while, everyone is seated. Only one seat is empty. There's no mistaking it. The desk of Yumizuka Satsuki is empty. Oh, don't do this to me. Well, my house is this way. Bye-bye. See you at school tomorrow. Yumizuka said that when we parted yesterday. I don't know what happened at home, but I can't see her making that smiling face before running away. Yumizuka is absent. Yumizuka Satsuki is merely treated as absent as attendance is taken. As if nothing is amiss, homeroom proceeds. Okay, this is cool. This is really cool. I'm really glad this is happening. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna ask. I know Yumizuka was smiling yesterday. I didn't think that she could make such a face, say bye-bye, and then run away from home. Sensei.
What is it, Tono? A question?
Yes. Is it true that a student in our class has run away from home? Instantly, the air in the classroom solidifies. He frowns, then with a difficult expression bows his head in assent.
Yes, that is what we've heard from Yumizuka Satsuki's parents.
Yumizuka didn't come home last night, but they've been searching and I'm sure they've already found her.
Oh.
Saying so, he departs. The classroom becomes noisy again. I don't think they're gonna find anything. I have a bad feeling about this. Look, in Star Wars and in here, you would be correct. It's really heavy. A terrible feeling as if my body is tied down to this chair. This chair. I still feel down even when lunchtime arrives. While the news of Yumizuka Satsuki running away from home was shocking, it seems it wasn't a topic that could last forever. The classroom is just like always, and it seemed that I'm the only one troubled by our absent classmate.
Toto, let's go get lunch.
That's okay. I don't really feel like it.
Huh? I guess it can't be helped. Don't be troubled with other people's problems too much.
Other people's problems, huh? Areiko's words are too close to the truth. Huh? You're not with Inui-kun today? Senpai? What are you doing in our classroom? Well, I thought I'd have lunch with you guys, Tono-kun. Aren't you going to eat something? Senpai sits down on the desk looking at me anxiously. Nah, I just don't seem to have any appetite today. Are you not feeling well? Something like that. Don't worry about me, you go on to the dining hall. Areiko's probably already there. Oh, you're not energetic at all. I don't know what happened, but if you don't eat lunch, you'll just feel even worse. That's true, but since I'm not hungry, there's not a lot I can do. Alright, I'll take you somewhere special. It's really a secret, but you're special, Tono-kun. With that, she grabs my arm and pulls me out of the chair. You take me to the tea ceremony room? Seo-senpai takes me to an unused classroom in the very corner of the school building. Huh? This is a Japanese-style room, isn't it? That's right. It's very relaxing since no one else is here. Well, that's true, but isn't this place locked, senpai? Yes. It's usually only open to members of the tea ceremony club, so normal students can't get in. Saying so, she takes a key out of her pocket. Oh, are you in the tea ceremony club, senpai? Yes. Well, actually, I'm the only member. With a laugh, senpai goes into the Japanese-style room. The inside of the room feels special, as if it isn't part of the school. Sensation of the tatami and the sunlight through the windows feels very relaxing. As I said earlier, I'm the only member of the tea club. Thanks to that, I can use this place freely during lunchtime and after class. Here. Laughing, senpai lays out cushions. I'll make some tea now, so please wait right here there, Tono-kun. Senpai heads towards the sink to prepare the tea. There's no point in standing up, so I do as I am told and sit down on the cushion. Perhaps it was the magic of the Japanese-style room. That chaotic maelstrom that had been raging in my chest calms down, and now I can finally begin to think calmly about what has happened with Yumizuka. Thanks for waiting. Here you are. Now let's have some lunch. Actually, I have some things to ask you, so it's just as well we're having lunch here. Oh boy, here we go. Are you Roa, Tono-kun? You have something to talk to me about? Puzzled, I drink the tea I'm offered. As I'm in the Japanese-style room, my posture reflexively straightened and my mind has become tranquil. Posture check, everyone. Straighten your back. Sip some water. Although I had no connection to it, the Arima family heads a tea ceremony school. Really, perhaps it was because I had been raised in that kind of environment that I feel more at ease in a Japanese-style room than a Western-style one. Senpai looks at me with a troubled expression. What's wrong, senpai? You look a bit worried. Eh? I was just a little surprised at how calm you were about all of this, Tono-kun. Really? Well, my family is a strict one, so I'm used to these kinds of things. More importantly, senpai, didn't you have something you wanted to talk to me about? I do. The continuation of what we were talking about earlier. What we were talking about earlier? You mean about my family? Senpai nods to indicate a yes. If you don't mind, I would like to hear more about it. I was curious about it since we stopped halfway. It's not that I mind, but hearing about my family isn't very interesting. It'd be a waste of time. I don't mind if it's not interesting, I just want to hear about it. You sure are eccentric, senpai. Maybe I am, senpai laughs. Alright then, let's continue from before. You said, oh, let's continue from before. You said you moved to your home. What do you mean by that? Senpai asks, full of curiosity. Well, the conversation back then must have been pretty fragmented for Senpai since she didn't know any of the circumstances. Let's see. Basically, I'm a guy who's been disinherited. I was seriously injured after getting caught up in a traffic accident when I was 9 years old. The injuries themselves somehow healed, but after that I easily collapsed from anemia and threw up my food. That's why I was entrusted to my relatives, the Arimas, while I recuperated. So in other words, the Arimas have been your parents who raised you since you were 9, right? That's right. I knew my old man hated me for some reason, and that once I had been entrusted to the Arimas, I would never go back home, go back to the Tono mansion, that is. That's why, well, I thought I'd just continue to live as a son of the Arimas forever. That's what I thought, but my old man kicked the bucket recently. That's when they told me to return to the mansion now that my old man is no longer there, and I finally agreed. And that pretty much is my domestic situation. I end my story like that. Ciel Senpai gives a little nod silently. May I just ask one thing? Sure, if I can answer it. Go ahead. Alright, then I'll ask. Did you dislike your previous family? My previous family, the Arimas who had raised me as my parents? My mother and father who weren't my real parents in the unfamiliar building which without a doubt was home to strangers. But completely regardless of that, no, I liked them. They were people who didn't care that I wasn't related to them by blood. They were so warm to me that I felt bad about being depressed all by myself. And for them to love me no matter what, I didn't think it was a bad thing. I was loved by these people. That's why soon, even one day sooner, I have to truly become family to them. I had been telling myself those words since I was young. Since a very, very long time ago. Over and over I swore till I would practically pass out. Just like Arihiko said, I didn't have a single complaint about the Arima family. They treated me well, and I think I responded to their affection too. Between us, even though I knew we were just playing at being family, even if it was all just an act, I didn't feel any pain. No, I was happy instead. In a way, I had considered the Arima parents and me to be the ideal nuclear family. But it was no good, was it? Yeah. Despite everything, there was a line I couldn't cross. This isn't your real family. No matter what I did, I couldn't get those words out of my head. I knew I should have been ignoring it, but I just couldn't do it. I don't know if you'd call it a childhood experience, but it had already become like a curse to me. Somehow, no matter where I was, I felt like a stranger to my family. There we go. Senpai is silent. Avoiding my gaze, she huddles her shoulders apologetically. See? It was boring after all, right? That's why I said it would be a waste of time. No, that's not true. It was a very meaningful story. Saying that, Senpai begins to eat her own lunch. I follow her example and start nibbling off the bread I had bought. Thanks to my conversation with Senpai, my appetite is returned. Yay, Ciel! She is great. Despite that, I still couldn't even finish half of it. Despite trying to get information from this Roa boy, she has also made us feel better. So, Tono-kun, is anything troubling you right now? Why that all of a sudden? I don't have any worries in particular. Then I suppose the reason you aren't eating much must be because of your health. Senpai stares at me. Somehow her gaze feels very penetrating. It feels difficult to remain silent under a gaze like that. I don't have any worries, but Senpai, what do you think of the recent killings? I can't help but ask. The stories about my classmate who hasn't returned home won't leave my mind. They won't leave mine either, dude. It's so funny. It seems like this might have been a thing, like in CR Route or Arc Route that I can't remember. But now that it's like really on my mind, I'm glad that it's like a big thing right now. Killings? Oh, you mean that business about the vampires? Yes. There's already been 8 victims, right? I haven't caught the news lately, so I'm not too sure about this subject. Do you know anything, senpai? Well, I know as much as anyone else does, but no, not the details. It's just that the word vampire sends chills down my spine. Ah, so you mean it seems the victims have had their blood drained? Strange, isn't it? I wonder what it could mean. Who knows? It's impossible to know how such people think. But I wonder why they've nicknamed him the vampire? What an odd question. Well, isn't it because the blood was drained from the bodies? It'd only be natural to call them vampires, wouldn't it? Do you know the folklore about vampires, Tono-kun? Suddenly breaking into a smile, senpai asks an even stranger question. Vampire folklore? You mean how people who have their blood sucked by vampires become vampires themselves? Yes. If that was true, there shouldn't be any bodies left, right? Supposing some vampire was the killer, there'd be no bodies, Tono-kun. I see. That's true, but it's just a nickname, isn't it? Do you really believe in vampires, senpai? Not at all. After all, the fact that the bodies are there shows that it's not a vampire, right? Smiling senpai gives a reply that seems slightly off the point. But couldn't you also think of it this way? Maybe the victims whose bodies have been found died because they couldn't become vampires. Holy shit. Perhaps there are those who can be turned and those who can't. The people who can become vampires won't have their corpses found even if they were attacked by vampires. Because even now they're still alive, out there somewhere. But those who can't become vampires just die, and so their bodies wind up being found. What the fuck? That's actually, yeah, it's actually how it works. Well, that's... Senpai is still smiling. She's being way too specific for Shiki right now. I know it's only a joke, but I'm having difficulty laughing it off. Good ones, yo. Hardy har har. Oh, I'm just joking. It'd be like some kind of horror story if that were really true. Some kind of visual novel. I don't like scary stories, so please don't ask me things like that. What? It looked to me like you were really getting into it, senpai. Yes, I don't like scary stories, but I do like scaring you, Tono-kun. Did I do something to make her bear a grudge against me? Well, you didn't do anything, but all jokes aside, Tono-kun, lately the streets have become dangerous at night. You mustn't go out, even though you are an energetic young man. Senpai gives me a warning that sounds like a joke. I can't tell how serious she is. Anyway. Well, it's nice we got to go in the tea ceremony room with Xiao. Haven't seen that since her route. Lunch break ends and 5th period starts. The lesson on classics goes in one ear and out the other. Well, my house is this way. Bye-bye. See you at school tomorrow. That's what Yumizuka said. She wouldn't say that and then run away from home. I have a bad feeling about this. A killer who wanders the town at night. It's dangerous to go out at night, the word senpai said. Perhaps it was because of that red imagery surrounding us when we parted. Suddenly, a vision of Yumizuka Satsuki soaked in red blood appears before my eyes. Gah. It happened suddenly. My vision goes white and my sense of balance reels. My field of view lurches. Something lurks in the back of my head and my consciousness feels heavy. Yo! This is bad. I know this feeling. Sudden dizziness prior to an anemic attack. The blood accumulated in the brain's blood vessels become a black lump, making my head sway and my vision will go pitch black. It feels as if the blackness is pushing its way out of my brain into my eyeballs. This is bad. I haven't been collapsing during class lately. Red. Is it because Yumizuka's blood red image is too fresh in my mind? Wait, what? My vision distorts. As darkness envelops it, I somehow grab onto my desk. But it's useless. There's no strength in my fingers. I fall towards the floor. As I do, I remember her words. Tono-kun, help me when I'm in a pinch, okay? I told you that's impossible. Whatever you may think of me, I'm not Superman. Wait, what? Sorry for dragging you along with me, Arihiko. Dude, what is going on right now? Yo.
Yeah, I'm used to you collapsing with that warning like that. Honestly, sleeping in the infirmary is up to the very last minute? Just who do you think you are? You should have woken me up. There's nothing conscientious about letting me sleep until they lock us in the building. Shut up. Think I'm going to wake up a sick person? You just collapsed again. Come on, we need to get back. It's already 7, you know.
Curfew is 7. Arihiko walks down the corridor. After that, I collapsed from anemia and was left to sleep in the infirmary. Oh, I see. Okay. So I almost thought there for a second, like, yo, we gotta go, Arihiko walks, and then he collapses again. Time passed until school lockup time at 6:30 when I was awoken by Arihiko's punch, and so we came to be walking along this deserted corridor. God, he punched him awake? What a rude awakening.
Hey, come on, Tono. What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm coming. I shake my still woozy head and follow Arihiko.
Alright, you can go home by yourself from here. See you at school tomorrow.
Thanks. Sorry as always, Arihiko.
Don't worry, pay me back in double in the future.
I swear nothing bad better happen to you, bro. Arihiko's answer isn't exactly in proper Japanese. Smiling wryly to myself, I decide to head back to my own house. Oh boy, I reached the intersection. It's still 7 in the evening, but there's no one around. I guess because of the killer, fewer people go out at night. The only figure I can see now is the back of a woman far away. Ah, a blonde? Oh, the distant woman seems to be a foreigner. Yo, this is how we meet Ark. Even from far away, I can see her golden hair rippling as she walks. It draws my eyes after her. Even though I only see her from behind, I can tell she's beautiful. Thump. Eh? Suddenly, my heart pounds loudly. My throat becomes inexplicably dry and parched. Oh boy. I break out in a cold sweat. Ugh. My head aches. It's not like the anemia earlier. Rather than fading, my consciousness becomes sharper. Ugh. I gasp. That back. Watching the woman's golden hair, my head hurts terribly. My thoughts feel like they're melting into a haze. I will follow behind her, and then, what am I going to do after that? The woman disappears into a group of apartments in the shopping district. I have to follow. I don't know why, but I think that. My legs move on towards the apartments. But before that... Oh! Only for an instant. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the figure of Yumizuka. What? Yumizuka-san? My head becomes... What the fuck is going on? My head becomes clear. Yumizuka, it was only for an instant, but without a doubt, that was Yumizuka. Was she going towards town? What's she doing out at a time like this? I was so mad I didn't care if she disappeared or if she ran away from home. It's too dangerous for a girl to walk around town at night alone. Oh my gosh. Yumizuka walks through the crowded town. Yo, Ark doesn't get killed by Shiki. At least not right now. But yo, Ark is not nerfed. Yumizuka walks through the crowded town. She's so far away, I'm not certain. But even if I've mistaken her, I decided to run after her and tell her to stop. Wait, Yumizuka-san. I shout, chasing after her. Yo. Yumizuka glances back as if she heard my voice. Wait, red eyes? Has she always had red eyes? Wait a second. Red eyes in the Nasu verse means something. Yumizuka glances back as if she heard my voice. Because Ark has red eyes. That face, there's no confusing it. The girl walking ahead of me is unmistakably Yumizuka Satsuki, and the expression on her face wasn't frightening. But I felt a chill run through my spine. Thump. My heart beats quickly. The back of my head becomes heavy and my throat burns. An ache assaults my head just as it did with the blonde woman earlier. What is this? It's weird. The inside of my body is burning. I feel dizzy as if I'm in the grip of a terrible fever. In that moment, Yumizuka begins to walk again. Wait, Yumizuka-san! I call out, running. Yumizuka walks on, not turning. Can't you hear me, Yumizuka? Dude, she is totally one of the dead. I urge my hot body onwards. But no matter how much I try, I can't catch her. No matter how fast I run, I can't catch up to her even as she walks. Something is strange. I know that, but I can't tell what it is. Right now, all I can do is to follow Yumizuka Satsuki. It's almost like he's being lured, and then I lose sight of her. Yumizuka Satsuki, whom I had been chasing without success, is nowhere to be seen. God, this visual novel gets so creepy sometimes. Shit, what the hell is going on? I stop, catching my breath. My chest heaves deeply. Though I hadn't realized until now, I must have been running for a long time. What time is it? Resting my hands on my knee, I glance up at a nearby store window. It's already midnight. Can't be. I couldn't have been running for that long. It's hard to believe, but the clock is correct. Looking around, most of the shopping district is closed. I should go back. Even though I'm worried about Yumizuka, I feel like I won't be able to find her anymore. I chased her for almost 4 hours. Yo, that is way too long. Calling her name all this time, but she did not even respond. Wait, for 4 hours he chased her, like on her tail, and she still just didn't reply. Dude, she is, oh god. I think it's definitely too late. Damn it. What was she thinking? With a big sigh, I decide to head back to the mansion. There's no one around. Shopping district still had some people, but the way back to the mansion should be completely empty. The words serial killer run through my mind. Midnight. Walking through town alone. I might be an easy prey for such an attacker. A sound. Wait, what? Somewhere behind a building there is a sound. I think it is the sound of someone falling. The back out. Oh, god damn it. The noise came only once. An eerie silence surrounds me. I have a bad feeling about this. Did someone collapse in the back alley? Did the wind just knock something over? Whatever it was, I probably shouldn't get involved. Yep, but is it because I was looking for Yumizuka a while ago? I feel like she's there for some reason. Back alleys and the dead go together like butter and toast. What should I do? There's no one around. The only help I can rely on is this knife Koaku-san handed me this morning. You're damn right it is. Dude, I can't not go. I can't not go. I can't ignore my feelings. With a killer skulking around town at night looking for victims, I shouldn't be investigating suspicious sounds in alleyways. But I still remember Yumizuka's smiling face from yesterday. Dude, this is my redemption. If Shiki dies here, fuck it. I tried. But I have to go. I have to try. There's no reason for Yumizuka to be there. This is my redemption for forgetting about her. We are going to find out, at the very least, what's happened to her, right? I can only assume. Like, obviously, her going at night and then not going home and then being here, it's pretty obvious she's one of the dead, but one of Roa's dead, but I just want Shiki to find out. There's no reason for Yumizuka to be there, but if she is, she might need my help. I'll never forgive myself if I just ignore this. Alright. Putting my hand in my pocket, there is the cold touch of iron. Even though I don't intend to use it, it's comforting to know that I'm not unarmed. If it comes to it, I have my eyes too, exactly. Sensei said not to use them recklessly, but she'll find it acceptable if I use it against the killer. The sound, it came from here. Preparing myself, I step into the alley. Oh gosh. Oh, this alley. Thump. My heart pounds. The back alley is quiet. The noise came from the open area at the far end. Thump. The back of my head hurts. As if convulsing under the utmost strain, my racked spine hurts as if it's about to rip itself out of my body. Thump. Why is it? I can't think yet my instincts shout at me. Thump. Don't go. Don't go any further. If you do, you won't be able to come back. Oh gosh. Thump. But it's already too late. I step out of the back alley and into the open space. Show me. Eh? That weak voice is all that I can get out. The back alley is a single sheet of crimson. Limbs are strewn amongst the garbage and rubble. Now, not the limbs of dogs or cats or the like. They are human limbs, blood dripping from fresh meat and bone. The ground and the walls are painted with red blood. Jesus. A heavy scent fills my nostrils. Thick, like a red fog permeating my body, the choking smell of blood. A face. A face. A face. A face on a severed head rolling around with an expression of agony. No. No, 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 no. A face shriveled up like a mummy, split in halves. A face with both eyes gouged out, so distorted I can't even tell if it used to be a man or a woman. Okay, I was about to say, it was Yumizuka's head. No, 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 no. I was about to say, oh god. Unable to make a sound, I merely gaze speechless at the corpses. No, they can't even be called human bodies anymore. Well, I guess the only one who would fuck them up this badly would be Ark, right? Even a badly made sculpture looks better than this. There are 4 bodies. Ark or Ciel could fuck them up this badly. There are 4 bodies. They roll around like scraps of leftover food. I gape in shock at the sea of bodies. The back of my head throbs, my throat is parched, and my breath burns like fire. My fingertips quiver and my mouth distorts. What is this? What is this world before my eyes? Red. Yes. For my eyes, everything is that terrible color. But I merely stand. No screaming, no fear. Like the scene of an accident in a movie, I only stare at the back alley. Undoubtedly, this is how my mind is protecting myself. Otherwise, I would have gone mad. A corpse against the wall moves. No, that's wrong. It's not a corpse. It's not like the scrapped hands and feet. It's a living human being with limbs attached. I see something out of place. This ghoulish spectacle, the response to seeing someone alive, is more of an astonishment than happiness. But if he's alive, I have to help him. Hello? With my mind still paralyzed, I step towards the living figure. Yeah. Pulling itself up from the sea, it raises its face towards me. A face like a dried out skull. I leap back reflexively. Or otherwise, hi, leaps back. But the skull leap moves faster than I do. It's Hassan. With a voice crying out, Hugh! Hugh! He jumps at me. Hugh! Hugh! A hideous voice right next to me. Water. Looking down, there is a large hole in the skull's throat, preventing him from speaking correctly. The dried up face, the dried up arm reaching for me. Zabaniya! In the throat of this bag of bones, vocal cords vibrate in accord with the ghastly voice. Whoa! Desperately, I try to tear him off me. But he merely raises that ghastly voice and will not get off. Rip. Its fingers pierce my shoulder. Ooh, Shiki. Take off them glasses, boy. Shh. My body arcs from pain. The fingers were like a sharp needle. It shreds my skin mercilessly, scooping out nerves and flesh as it goes. The pain is so great that I can say nothing else. Though I try to tear him off me, screaming he is too strong. Whatever I do, he does not move. With a creak, the skull's jaw opens. The mouth opens wide enough to rip off my shoulder with a single bite, and he approaches my face as if saying, I don't want to die, somebody save me. Excuse me. I can't even say stop. Guy made only of skin and bones tries to bite my head. Suddenly he collapses. Whoa, eh? The awesome power vanishes. The bag of bones in a person's form crumples to the ground and disappears. Softly, like a bad dream, it turns to ash and blows away. What the hell is this? Pain runs through my shoulder. Ugh. My own blood flows down my back. The pain is real. So this must be real. A terrible nightmare. But it can't be a nightmare because it's not a dream. Oh, Ciel, Tono-kun. It'll be dangerous if you stay there. I turn towards the voice behind me. At the mouth of the alley where I came from, I see... Wait, no, what? Dude, who is this girl? Who is she?
Tono-kun, it'll be dangerous if you stay there.
Oh my god, Yumi Zuka?
Good evening. Fancy meeting you in a place like this, huh?
As if we had merely bumped into each other in the mall, Yumizuka greets me lightheartedly. I don't know what's going on anymore. I already don't understand. Yumizuka, what are you doing out at a time like this?
Oh, just going for a walk. But what's Tono-kun doing? Killing so many people like this is bad, right?
Yumizuka says with a light smile. Killing so many people, eh? I look around me, and I remember the tragic scene I'm surrounded by. In a sea of blood, Tonoshiki stands aghast like a murderer. No, this wasn't me.
Oh, of course it was. Everyone's dead and Tono-kun's alive, so obviously Tono-kun must have killed them.
I am disturbed. No way. It just attacked me. I point at the monster that attacked me moments ago, but nothing's there. Even the ashes of the bones had been blown away by the wind. Wait, what? I swallow my breath. Yumizuka's chuckling. This wasn't me. My head is paralyzed. I can only manage broken language. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those were just like the scraps of a bunch of dead that Ark had killed. That's why we saw her there at night. She was heading back home right after doing that. It's so cool the way they twisted that scene. Like, they created another scenario where Shiki saw Ark and the same thing triggered, like he was about to follow her and go kill her again, but he saw Yumizuka in the corner of his eye, and now it's taken us down this whole other path. That's amazing. My head is paralyzed. It can only manage broken language. I understand. I can think clearly, but I can't put my thoughts into words. For example, why is Yumizuka at a place like this after running away from home? Excuse me. For example, why is Yumizuka laughing in the face of this tragic scene? Good questions. Yumizuka-san,
Yeah, I know. You just interrupted someone's meal.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Sorry for sounding mean. I always act against my feelings, so I'm always acting like this to you.
Yumizuka is still laughing. It's so inappropriate for this scene, I feel a chill, yeah. Yumizuka doesn't move from the entrance of the alley. Her arms are positioned strangely as if she's hiding something behind her back. Indeed. And looking closer, there are spots of something red on her sleeve. Oh. Oh. Yumizuka, you...
What is it? Your face looks scary, Tono-kun.
She laughs again. No. Somehow this girl cannot be Yumizuka Satsuki. Yumizuka, why are you hiding your hands like that?
Have I been found out? I guess you're too observant to miss that, huh?
Wait, what's behind her? Is it just bloody hands?
I've always liked that about you, Shiki-kun.
After emphasizing the Shiki-kun, she brings her hands out. Oh. That is an awful sprite. That is a terrible sprite. Both hands are dyed crimson. Not yet dry, the blood drips off them in red droplets. Yes, someone's meal. Okay, I get it now. It was hers. Holy fuck, dude. She's a vampire feeding on people. So does she have what it takes to go to the next step? Wait, what? Oh my god. Because yeah, she's not a mindless dead. But she's feeding like a vampire. Holy fuck. Like a dead apostle. Not yet, yeah. And proudly, Yumizuka Satsuki is smiling. Yumizuka, your hands.
Yeah, I killed those people.
What?
Oh, but it's okay. I didn't kill them because I hated them. I just needed their blood to live, so I had to kill them.
What is this? I don't really understand what Yumizuka is saying. You really killed them, Yumizuka?
You wouldn't believe me even if I told you it's a lie, right? Or do you think it's impossible for a girl like me to do such a thing?
Her voice laughs softly. I don't believe her. I don't believe her, but she is definitely not telling a lie. This tragic scene. It's all Yumizuka's doing. Why such a terrible thing?
It's not terrible. Like I said, I didn't kill them because I hated them. There's nothing wrong with killing others in order to live, is there, Shiki-kun?
What? That's absurd. Killing is wrong.
No, it's not. But I did do one bad thing. Since today was my first time drinking blood, I let a little of my blood get back into them.
Oh, okay.
Because of that, you got attacked, Shiki-kun.
So okay. So because this was the first time drinking blood, a little got into them, and that's why one of them attacked him.
I'm sorry for getting you involved. But we're lucky. It died without being able to finish changing.
What are you talking about, Yumizuka? Yoshiki has no idea.
It's okay if you don't understand right now. I don't really understand myself yet, so I can't explain it very well.
But I think after a few days I can become like Shiki-kun. Like Shiki-kun, become a great... As she says so, her face distorts in pain. Rasps of agony echo from her throat. Mizuka chokes up blood.
It hurts. I guess even if I'm hungry, I shouldn't just drink blood at random. If it's not good quality, beautiful blood, it won't agree with me.
She breaks out in a fit of coughing. She chokes out blood with every cough. Mizuka's body convulses. I don't really understand. All I know is Yumizuka's in terrible pain. That's all I can clearly understand. Hey, are you okay, Yumizuka? I run towards her to take her hand. Shiki, you are a madman.
No, don't come any closer, Shiki-kun.
But Yumizuka's voice stops me.
You mustn't. I'm not entirely okay, Shiki-kun.
She speaks painfully, still vomiting red blood. Yumizuka, I don't understand. Why Yumizuka's in pain or why she's like this. What the hell is going on? You said you killed those people, but it's a lie, right, Yumizuka? If you're in that much pain, shouldn't you be in a hospital? I'm fooling myself. Even though I understand Yumizuka brought about this tragic scene, I still lie to myself. Right. Yumizuka, I'm coming over there, okay? I speak gently. But Yumizuka shakes her head in a violent refusal. Why? If you're in pain, we have to get you to a hospital right away.
Shiki-kun, you're not getting it. You really never understand anything.
Idiot. I told you before I don't understand.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? But you're still here.
Yumizuka begins to pull away.
It hurts, Shiki-kun.
She breathes raggedly, coughing up red blood.
It hurts, it's cold, and I'm scared. I really want your help right now, Shiki-kun.
But it's too early. Oh. His help. Saying that, Yumizuka straightens up again. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, not only did she have a bit of an obsession with Shiki, now she's a vampire. AKA the recipe for crazy yandere. Okay?
Wait for me, okay? I'll go become a great vampire, then I'll come back and see you.
Wait, what? Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Wait. No. There was something here. But I think after a few days I can become like Shiki-kun, become a great... She thinks Shiki is a vampire. So, okay, so Shiki's connected to Shiki, who has Roa inside him. I thought that was the extent of it, but... What does she know? Wait, Yumizuka. Because I know, like, our Shiki has, like, kind of had some qualities or, like, scenes where kind of the impulse would flare up in him and he had the vampiric tendency, like the lust, like the, you know? and certain things like annoyed him. I don't know. How strange. Yumizuka is gone. Even as I start to run, Yumizuka is long gone. Her speed is inhuman like that of a wild beast. Yumizuka, you... So obviously, she did become a vampire the night she went missing, so that checks out. But she seems to have some degree of freedom. She wants to become a great vampire, and then see Shiki. She's like a proper dead apostle. Huh. What happened to you, really? Ah. My injured shoulder throbs. When I look back, the open space where all the limbs were scattered only left red blood. The faces, the organs, the hands and feet. They all turned to ashes like the skull did before. Shit. Angrily, I strike the wall. What the hell is going on? I bellow pointlessly and the alley echoes my voice. Oh my gosh, dude. I did not expect that. Vampire Yumizuka. What the fuck? I thought we'd have to face her. Like, okay, so I knew she'd probably be one of the dead, but I was like, I thought she'd be mindless. I thought she'd be completely under Roa's control, or we'd have to like fight her and like maybe like have to use the eyes on her and kill her. I was prepared for that kind of thing, right? And that might happen in the future. But dude, she has like just casually like, oh yeah, I was hungry. It's not like I hated them, so it's okay. Also, I'm gonna be a great vampire, like Shiki. At least that's what was implied before, connected to what she said later. Then shall come see you. Bye. Runs away with vampiric speed. What the fuck? The next thing I know, I'm at the gates of the mansion. The wound on my shoulder aches. The lights of the mansion are dark. Somehow, I hadn't realized I would be coming back so late. Akiha will surely be angry with me, I think, as I put my hand on the heavy doors. The lobby is empty. So what should I do? Even though my wound needs treating, Koaku-san is probably asleep. Nissan? Akiha. I look up in the direction of the voice. Akiha is standing on the stairs. It is you. Coming back so late at night, just what do you think? Akiha reaches the bottom of the stairs, and her rebuke stops. Nissan, where did you hurt your shoulder? Damn it. I had wanted to hide the wound, but it's too late now. No, this is... Never mind. Hold still. Is it only your shoulder? Oh, right, she can heal. Yes, but how do you know? I can tell with all that blood on your clothes. I'll hear about it later, but right now we'll treat it. Please forgive me, Nissan. Saying so, Akiha touches my shoulder. My body jumps at only the slightest touch of Akiha's finger. It appears that the wound is deeper than I thought. I'm sorry, did it hurt, Nissan? No, I'd like to say I'm okay, but I guess I'm not. Even a touch is really painful. I see. If it's this deep, I think it is too much for Koaku. I'll treat it, so please go into the sitting room. Oh, Koaku knows how to treat wounds as well. Maybe under Akiha's teaching? Whatever method she uses, I guess would be magic, maybe? I don't see how else. Akiha walks upstairs. Phew. I turn on the sitting room lights and sit on the sofa. The wound on my shoulder hurts and begins to become unbearable. Sorry for making you wait. I'll treat the wound, so please relax. Akiha comes in holding a first aid kit. Oh, or that too. I don't think that would really help on this wound, but I guess I should at least get it disinfected. Akiha moves behind me and begins to treat the wound. The uniform, damp with blood, is cut away with scissors and the wound is exposed and disinfected. Ugh. I clench my fist as the pain flashes through my body. But after that, the ache of the wound begins to fade. Akiha must be skilled at medical care, or perhaps the wound wasn't so bad to begin with. Maybe she's using the first aid kit as kind of like a cover-up to her inherent ability. After a few minutes, the pain completely goes away, yep. Alright, we're done.
I expect a wound like that should be healed by the morning.
That's insane, dude. Akiha packs away the first aid kit. Somehow, I'm surprised. I would have expected Akiha to ask where I got injured and to rebuke me for playing outside so late. You haven't asked, Akiha. He's not surprised that a deep wound on his shoulder suddenly doesn't hurt at all.
I haven't asked about what?
Well, you know. Why I'm back so late. Why I'm hurt. I blurted out like a complaint. After what happened with Yumizuka, I'm exhausted. Because I'm tired, I said such a thing.
Nissan, I think I know the right order for things. Right now, the priority is to tend to your injury.
I see. Of course, I see. Ooh, nice sprite.
Oh, what kind of person did you think I was, Nissan? I'm not about to yell at someone who's hurt.
That's a great sprite. You're right. I'm sorry, thank you for everything. But even though you treated it...
You're going to say you can't explain the situation, right? I don't want to listen to your excuses, but today is special. If you do not wish to talk about it, I won't inquire either.
Eh? Is that okay? Came back so late at night.
Certainly, I am curious about what might have happened to you. But I trust you and I have enough trust to believe you weren't doing something too dangerous. And I can't force someone to talk when they look like that.
Akiha looks away shyly. Look like that. Is my expression that bad right now? Oh, she trusts us.
I'm listening when you have recovered, Nissan. If you rest overnight, your health should improve.
Feeling awkward, I look away from Akiha. Glad she won't listen to me until I'm better, but I feel like I won't be able to talk about it even in the morning. In the end, I can't tell Akiha anything. I feel too guilty to even look at her face. Akiha,
Oh, please don't keep making that face. I told you I'll make an exception today, so go back to your room and rest, alright? I bet it's something you can't talk to me about anyway.
Having read my expression perfectly, Akiha turns and goes out to the lobby. I can only sit on the sofa and watch her leave. Suddenly, I wonder, was Akiha waiting for my return? Is that how she appeared in the lobby so quickly? Akiha.
What is it, Nissan?
I guess she was waiting. Thank you for treating me. I'm sorry for making you worry. Ah. Suddenly, Akiha stops walking. And then she turns away. Oh my gosh. She is getting all the good sprites.
I wasn't worried about you, Nissan. If you've that much energy for flattery, you should concentrate on taking care of yourself.
With a crash, she slams the door behind her. I really don't understand her. But I do understand that she was worried about me. Seems like I wasn't doing something too dangerous, huh? Akiha seems to believe me since she said that. But really, it was a frighteningly dangerous scene. The body scattered in the back alley. The figure of Yumizuka, her hands stained red with blood. Ugh. A chill runs through me just at the memory. I stand up, taking care of my wound, and return to my room. Just another thing to deal with. So someone mentioned toward the end of the arc route that there was a choice that I could have done. It possibly would have made me see Yumizuka. I guess as a vampire? Jeez. So yep, return to my room. Gosh, what a fucking day. I change clothes and fall onto the bed. If I close my eyes, I'll see the scene in the back alley. I killed all those people. Yumizuka said so as if it was nothing. I needed their blood. So she killed them. Just like a vampire. Like a bad joke. Uh-huh. Wait, okay? I'll go become a great vampire. I don't remember. What did Yumizuka say at the end? Huh? Sleepiness fills my body. With Yumizuka's face still etched in my mind, I close my eyes slowly. Only one thing is clear. That Yumizuka told the truth and she really did slaughter all those people. But even then, instead of fearing everything that happened, I'm more concerned about the one thing she said. It hurts. It really hurts, Tono-kun. There's something wrong with me.
Yumizuka is really a murderer, but those words will not leave my mind.
Fuck, man. Ooh, Inversion Impulse 3. Look how bloody this day is, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, I think I'm gonna end it here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's reflect a little. This whole time, I'm all worried about Yumizuka. Like, oh, it's gonna be so sad. It is sad, but I thought it was gonna be. Oh, it's so sad. She's gonna be one of the mindless dead, just doing Roa's bidding. You know, when she was kind of acting normal, I was like, is it kind of like the businessman before in Arcueid? Remember when there was a businessman that Shiki identified, and then Arc chased him? Like he was carrying on like he was normal, like functioning in plain sight. So I thought it was kind of like that. But she seems to like maintain her free will as if like a dead apostle that is gonna rise the ranks by continuing to feed. Gosh. Okay, I guess that's a thing now. What the fuck, dude? And she just killed all those people, and she, because she's new, she accidentally put some of her blood in them, which made some of the dead. But it wasn't complete, so they faded away before you could like finish like fucking up Shiki. What the fuck, dude? In her hands, she's already like a day of being a vampire, and her knowledge is completely just completely rationalized the fact that she's killing people and using them to simply feed, not seeing it as like terrible murder. Like, man, dude, what the fuck? And now we're coupling that with how she feels about Shiki, which I don't know how to feel about, to be honest. That's definitely going to be a factor later on, but yes. How bizarre, dude. And dude, I'm so psyched to see Arc whenever she pops up. Seems like we're probably not going to meet her for a while. Or maybe until we come across Nero. I don't know, because even with that, I have no idea when we're gonna come across Nero Chaos, which is great because I want Nero Chaos to like have a bit more of a role. I don't know what that would look like, especially with an unnerfed Arcueid. Arcueid might even destroy him off screen. Like the fact that Arcueid wasn't killed by Shiki is a really big deal. Because I feel like all the time, I can't really get a scope of her true strength so far. Because it's always like, oh yeah, she's still recovering, so she can only do this much. And even then, it's like really fucking powerful, so I can only imagine in my head what her actual power looks like. And in my head, I was like, is there just no example of her being at full power? Is she constantly just nerfed because the lore says she would be just too powerful and would just obliterate everything? Yeah, so I hope that continues to be the case and Shiki doesn't kill her or someone doesn't kill her. And if that is the case and we have an unnerfed Arc, then what the fuck is the threat going to be that needs to be a factor? It might just be a different focus in itself. Like, it might not even end up being going after Nero or going after Roa, because there's no reason for Shiki to right now. Like, before, he even said, like, I'm not doing this to save the town. I don't really care about that angry Shiro noises in the background. But yeah, that's not who Shiki is. He's not a hero. Like, even with Yumizuka, he's like, yeah, he saved her back then, but he doesn't care about that. But he does it for, you know, the personal bond he has with Arcueid. So he continues to help her and, you know, go after Roa and all that unfolds. But that's not a factor here. So what? It seems like that's just gonna be happening. Like, Arcueid's gonna take care of things, and maybe there's some intersection there in the future, especially when it comes to Yumizuka. But yeah, I'm just wondering how that's gonna play out now. What's Shiki's motivation gonna be when it comes to Akiha, right? It's probably gonna be something very similar, and like wanting to protect her and wanting her to be happy. Her saying like, "Don't die, like don't leave me alone again, Nissan," you know, that kind of thing. I'm sure it'll be very sweet. I'm sure it'll be very horrifying. This was already a very horrific start. One to rival Shiki killing Arc in a very like crazy inversion and like bloodlust. Yeah, so that's a pretty interesting start, man. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Can't wait to keep it going. Peace.